Hi, and thanks for tuning into the Eggs Invest podcast, your go-to space for everything property-related and making sharp, strategic investment choices. I'm Sarah, your host, and today we're diving into a powerful topic that could take your portfolio to the next level: commercial real estate. Now, if you've been in the residential game, maybe you've done a few buy-to-lets, HMOs, or even a flip or two. Commercial property might sound like a totally different beast. And honestly, it kind of is. But once you understand how it works, you'll see it can actually offer some really exciting benefits. Things like longer-term tenants, higher rental income, and the chance to scale your investments in a big way. So first things first, what is commercial real estate? In simple terms, it's property that's used for business. That could be an office building, a high street shop, a warehouse, a restaurant, or even one of those trendy co-working spaces. Basically, any space where a business operates. And that's one of the biggest differences from residential. In commercial real estate, your tenants aren't families or flatmates, they are businesses. Which means the way the lease works, how you earn your income, and even how the property is valued, all of that is different. Here's a key thing to know. Commercial properties are usually valued based on the income they bring in, not just what similar properties sold for. So if your building has solid tenants paying good rent, the property is worth more. And if you can improve it, maybe upgrade the space or attract better tenants, you're not just earning more monthly cash flow, you're also increasing the property's value. Pretty powerful, right? Another big plus, lease length. In residential, a tenancy might be 6 or 12 months. In commercial, you could have a tenant locked in for 5, 10, even 15 years, often with built-in rent increases. That kind of stability makes a huge difference. Now let's quickly run through the main types of commercial property, just to give you an idea of the landscape. You've got offices, from small setups above shops to full-on city center buildings. Retail spaces, like high street stores, shopping centers, or retail parks. Industrial and logistics units, factories, warehouses, distribution hubs, especially booming with all the online shopping we do. And then there's mixed-use properties, which might combine, say, a shop on the ground floor with offices or flats above. We'll dig into each of these in more detail in the next episode. For now, just know there's a lot of variety, and with that comes a lot of opportunity. So, why should you even consider commercial property? Let me give you 5 solid reasons that experienced investors often talk about. First, higher returns. In general, commercial properties tend to offer better yields than residential. While a decent buy-to-let might give you 4 to 6%, a well-located commercial property could easily return 8 to 10% or more. Second, longer leases. Businesses usually stick around longer than tenants in a flat, which means fewer void periods and more predictable income. Third, triple net leases. This is a biggie. In many commercial leases, the tenant pays not just the rent, but also things like insurance, maintenance, and business rates. That means fewer expenses for you and more money staying in your pocket. Fourth, diversification. If you're already in residential, adding commercial gives you a way to spread your risk. Residential and commercial markets don't always move in the same direction, so it's a great way to balance things out. And fifth, value adding. With commercial property, you often have room to be creative. Maybe you renovate a tired unit, repurpose a space for a new business type, or improve the energy efficiency, all of which can boost income and property value. Of course, like any investment, commercial real estate comes with challenges. It can be more expensive to get into. Finance works a bit differently, and it can take longer to fill vacancies. But if you do your homework and get the right support, those challenges can be managed. In fact, A lot of the most successful property investors in the UK say commercial property was the turning point that helped them go from small-time landlord to building real, lasting wealth. And that's what this podcast, and the full course, is here to help you do. Whether you're thinking about your first small retail unit, looking at an office conversion, or considering a logistics site near a major motorway, you're in the right place. All right, that's it for today's episode, a big picture intro to commercial real estate investing. In the next one, we'll look at the different types of commercial properties more closely, so you can start figuring out which one suits your goals, your budget, and your strategy. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next episode.